Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. On today's video episode, whatever you want to call it, I will be showing you my current progress for the 2026 growing season. So far, I have a couple of things on my shelf that is growing. On these three shelves, you probably can't see, but there's a third shelf down here I'll be showing you as well that I have going on. I have some seedlings that I started today. I'll be letting you know. And then also I have some potatoes and yams starting as well. So I will be showing you that as well in today's video. So stick around if you want to know my progress so far, what I have going at the moment. If you are in the Pacific Northwest, elevation around 0 to 25 feet, I guess, is where I'm growing. So this video might be for you, and you may want to use it as a guide in regards to what you should have going now or what you can start. Honestly, if you're planning on starting onions from seed, it may be a little late, depending on when you're watching this video, but there is a possibility if you get started like today, you can go ahead and have you some onions going. But yep, let's get into this video. We'll start off with what I already mentioned, my onions. So you guys probably seen a couple of shorts of my onions and the progress they're making. Um, and I don't believe I ever told you guys exactly what onions I'm growing. A couple of these are long day onions, which is the area that I'm in. And then a couple of them are, I believe only one or two of them are intermediate. So they're either good for short day or long day. And then there are no short day onions. I cannot grow short day onions here in the Pacific Northwest where I'm located, just because our days are too long, and I believe it causes longer days on a short onion type seedling causes them to bolt or to throw up flowers sooner than they normally would down in somewhere like Texas or whatever the case may be. As you all know, onions, or you may or may not know, onions do bulb, or they do, yeah, bulb is the word. They do bulb depending on how many hours of sunlight they get. So that's why you want to make sure you're getting the correct onion, whether it be intermediate, long day, or short day. Feel free to Google your zip code and then ask Google pretty much, hey, do I grow long day, intermediate, or short day? Primarily, if you are in the South, you can do with short day onions, maybe some intermediate onions. If you're in the mid portion of the United States, obviously you can do intermediate, and then I do believe you also have the option to do long day and short day. And then if you're just in the northern part of the United States, you can do long day and intermediate as well. The same way I am doing some long day and some intermediate onions as well. So I have, well, let's start with the sad one. This seedling, these are sweet Spanish seedlings. I believe they are intermediate, if I remember. I just watered them. I am bottom watering them, so they have some water. But I do want to show you the reason why they're sad is because I planted around 100 seed and probably got maybe 15 onions. But these seeds were like 2 years old, so that could be the reason for that. But they're sad just because they're so sparse and there's not that many onions up at the moment. Next are my candied. These are, I believe they are intermediate, and I don't know if they are. I'm gonna just put you down really quickly. Well, put the microphone down really quickly so I can clean it up a little bit. I don't know if they are storage onions, or I think they're just like regular uh, yellow onions. I don't know if they are storage onions or not. I do have some Walla Wallas Sadly to say, I thought they were storage onions, but apparently Walla Wallas don't really last that long in storage. So I won't be using these as storage onions. I will be purchasing um, onion starts for storage onions. I want sweet onions, which is the candy. I want Walla Wallas, which are yellows, but then also I want a yellow onion that I can use for storage. I still have some onions, just a little onions. So this is my basket of onions, and apparently garlic as well, from what I had grown last year. Last year, this basket was almost full, and I told myself I want to plant at least a year's worth of onions. And depending on depending on what some may say, if it was a year's worth or not, but these are the only onions that I have left from last year, and they are actually my smallest onions. I do have a couple of purple onions that are sprouting, and as you know, I love me some seed collecting. And it looks like they are also growing some roots as well. So I will be most likely planting these two onions in the ground, not in hopes to get an onion, because I do believe that these are just going to bolt as soon as the sun comes out and it starts to warm up. But that's good because I would love to save some of these purple onion seeds and possibly grow them next year instead of purchasing seeds. So yeah, any onions or garlic that is sprouting like this will most likely go into my garden. Here is the handful of garlic that I have left from last year. I already have my garlic planted for the 2026 year, so I don't know if I would actually plant these or not. And they're kind of small as well. I don't know. I might plant these and not to like harvest and well, yes, to harvest. That will be the hope, but not to like to put all my hopes and dreams into them. If they do something, then cool. If not, honestly though, I might just save these for fall time and then just plant these this fall. And then last but not least, I have two little white onions from last year. Um, I'm not going to use them. They're getting mushy and they're not sprouting. So, yep, these are what I have left from last year. My goal this year is to um, have enough to actually last me until what? Mm, July, June. Yeah, so that's the hopes. So these in the starts that I'm about to get from a company coming soon. I will show you in a box unboxing from them as well. I don't want to spend too much time on onions and garlics, but just really quickly. Last year I did all my onions not from seed, not from starts, but I did them from sets. And the one thing I learned about starting them from sets, you don't really know exactly if they are a long day, short day, or intermediate day. If you, so, I bought them on eBay. They were like really cheap, but I got them on eBay, and they didn't really say exactly what type it was. They were actually the assorted pack, the yellow, white, and purple. Well, you've seen it. I was just showing you. And I would say about a good 75% of them bolted. Someone told me, hey, instead of doing them by sets, get them by seeds. So I started these by seeds, and then also try and planting them by starts. And I'll be ordering that from Haas. So you'll most likely either see me ordering them and then unboxing them. We'll see what happens with that. So, yep, these are the onions I have going on this year. I have two things of Walla Walla, two things of candy, and sadly 1 thing of Spanish yellow. Next on the same shelf is my snapdragons. I know y'all probably like, oh, these babies are ready to go out. They will be going out. They were supposed to go out this week into the tunnel. I'm gonna bring them in a little closer. They were supposed to go into the tunnel this week, um, but it's going to possibly snow in the Pacific Northwest within for the next. Well, it's not going to continuously snow for the next week. There are little pockets of time where the next week there could be possibility of being freezing temperatures lower and then possibly melting rain and snow. So I won't be putting my snapdragons out until probably 2 more weeks. And they're not even going into the ground. They're going into a tunnel so that they are able to start to acclimate not only to the sun but the soil temperature. Because once the containers that they are in are also going to be touching the soil. So whatever the soil temperature is means that the soil that the plants are sitting in will also be that temperature or relatively close to it. So they will be going in the tunnel at my community garden plot soon. Um, yeah, as you can see, there's one side that is higher and then one side that is lower. The way I do my snapdragons is I sow the seeds, and then the ones that are the most developed go ahead and get potted, and then once the ones that comes up a little bit later get developed, they go ahead and get potted then. So I just potted this not too long ago, so they're looking good. I also have another, y'all, when I show you this, I mean, I didn't expect to have this mini snapdragon, and you're probably like, oh, you don't really have that many, child, y'all. Oh, child. So these are the snapdragons that I have been growing from seed. Well, all the snapdragons are grown from seeds, but the snapdragons I just showed you are from seeds that I have collected last year. Hopefully that wasn't too loud for you moving this mic. But yeah, I've collected them from seed last year and then started them this year. So yeah, these are all from seeds. And honestly, though, I'm so surprised because the amount of money it will probably cost me a. I mean, it wouldn't be like a good penny, but it would be a pretty penny for the amount of Snapdragon seeds that I've gotten last year for this year. So save your seeds, grow them, especially if they're Snapdragons or something else that is pretty much expensive. And then I have my last row, my last tray of Snapdragons for this year. I am not going to succession plant them. Honestly, next year I probably won't even grow any Snapdragons just because the place that they're going in this year, it will be their designated Snapdragon location for years to come if I do continue to grow out of my community garden. Though the goal is to one day be able to grow on my home land, pasture, whatever you want to call it, homestead, yada yada yada. There's so many names for them. Obviously, they have a slight different meaning. But yeah, I hope to one day have my own land. But if that doesn't come to fruition, then I'll just stick with my snapdragons in the designated spot at the community garden. So next, I have. Give me one moment. Let me move you around. I'll just add you to my shirt, and then I'll bring everything over to you. Oh well. So this just started today. I just started these seedlings today, so there's nothing for you to see. These are. I started one side of chamomile and then the other side of marigolds. These are specifically chamomile and marigolds that you're able to make tea from. So that is what I did. I am doing this primarily for my friends who are in Arizona and Washington. They requested these and a couple of other things as well. They haven't sprouted, obviously, because I just started today. Next thing I have to show you, this is, I mean, there's obviously nothing in this one. I mean, there's something in it, but there's nothing to show you. Jesus. Stay lid. Okay, I'm about to stop. So I started my eggplants today, and they are on a heated mat. So my eggplants are going to germinate soon. I think I need a new cover because this one is bent up. Then here you can probably see, let me bring one to you. I am starting to make, I don't know if it's slits or slips for sweet potatoes. So those are going, this has been going for about 10 days, maybe 7 days a week. And look at what I have. I don't know if you can really see it, but there is a slip or a slit that is coming. I don't know what if it's slips or slits, but um, yeah, I started one this the same day as the other one, and one of them is popping up. So it looks like I may be growing some sweet potato this year. So next, I will be showing you. I have my rosemary, which is here. My collards, there's about three of them that sprouted, but honestly, I only need about two. And then I have my collards as well. About eight of them sprouted, but I realistically only need two. If they all survive, I will most likely give them to people in the Facebook group that I'm in. So, yep, those are also down on the third row. I can probably just tilt you down so you can see. All right, so these are where the snapdragons that I grew there. Here is the collards and all that jazz that I just showed you. Here I have my sage plants, which needs to be watered, but I have 3, 6, 9, 10, 11 sage plants. I only need one, so I will most likely be gifting 10 of these to people on Facebook groups that I'm in, or people at the garden, depending on if they want them or not. And then also, this here is my cabbage that I've just started. You can see there's plenty of them that sprouted. Realistically, I only need like 4 or 5 of them. But I tend to overplant, um, not only just in fear of nothing coming up, but also because I know that if I do get a lot of germination, then I have people in my area to gift these to. So yep, these are my cabbages. So next up is my potatoes. So I am doing sweet potatoes and regular potatoes. So I received these tomatoes, a few tomatoes. Why do I keep saying tomatoes? They're not tomatoes, they're potatoes. So I have 4 of these Yukon potatoes. As you can see, they have already sprouted. I will actually have to um, probably get them out of the bags, but I have about 4 of these that look almost exactly the same. There's a couple of small sprouts that are on here that I haven't started. So yeah, so I have 4 of these, and I will most likely be purchasing more. I got these from an organic food store in my area, grocery store in my area. So yeah, I'll probably end up going back for more. I have them in a dark place, which would be inside the bags. Um, and then in addition to the Yukon, I have some red potatoes. I keep saying tomatoes, but they're potatoes. So I have about 10 of these, and they look exactly like they look exactly like these. Um, I don't know what it is about about chitted potatoes, Chitted, chitted. potatoes. Potato past tense for potatoes that has chit. Um, saying chit and chitted, I don't know. It it sounds too much, especially with my, I guess you would call it a speech impediment. It sounds like something else. But yeah, chitted tomatoes. I keep saying tomatoes, potatoes, chitted potatoes. These are some red potatoes which are good for um, pretty much almost everything. Probably not mashed potatoes, but I want to grow a ton of these because I love me a good stew. A roast beef stew is, oh man, roast beef is one of those things that my mom used to cook all the time, and I think I enjoy it mostly out of nostalgia. But I will be growing these this year. Last year, I grew some potatoes and the voles and moles. They destroyed it. So I will be growing these in bags this year. So that's everything that I have going on. Um, the container with the charts, the sage, and then also the cabbage normally sit in my windowsill, but I have them down here simply because we're about to experience some fluctuation in temperatures where the daytime temperature can be in the lower 40s and then the nighttime temperature could possibly reach the upper 20s. So I don't want them to risk being damaged. But when we do come out of this cold spell, they will go back to the window in time for until it's time for me to harden them off. So yeah, this is all that I have going on right now. Snapdragons will be going out in a week, which will give me more space for not potatoes. I keep saying potatoes and getting them mixed up with tomatoes. Tomato. So snapdragons are going to be out within a week, which is where I'm gonna have my tomatoes. That was a struggle. Tomatoes and peppers will be down here, and then here will be my second succession of um, leafy greens, so collards if I need to. Have a backup lettuce, romaine lettuce, whatever the case may be. And then up here is where I'm going to start my flowers. So I have some flowers I'm going to start soon that will be up here. This is everything I am growing in February alongside of what I'm about to show you. I do have some seeds in the ground in the garden. Right now I have my as you know, I have garlic going. I have some sugar snap peas. I planted them February 14th, 13th. I try to get them done around the 15th every year. I think actually February 15th is the time to do your peas, but I don't think they know. So, anyways, let me get back on track. I was going to do another succession of snapdragons, but honestly, I have way too many snapdragons to be doing that, so I will not be doing any more snapdragons. I will be doing these zinnias. So these are Benary's giant purples from Baker's Creek. I will be growing these this year, and then I will also be planting them or starting them this week. Um, by this week, I mean Friday, the week before the 1st. So 7 days before the 1st of March, I will be planting my zinnias indoors. Also, I have the Purple Prince zinnia from Baker's Creek. These are actually free seeds. So I will be growing these two purple. This one is dark purple, and then this one is lighter purple. I will be growing those this year. I will not be doing any Shasta daisy or African daisies this year, even though African daisies will pretty much look really nice with the color that it's orange. It's like a golden orange for the seeds I have. I will not be doing Morning Glory this year. I will be doing marigolds. As you know, I just planted the marigolds, and then also I planted chamomile. So I got Zodi land, Zaladi land, um, chamomile from Baker's Creek, which looks to be an edible chamomile, and then I have a safari tangerine marigold. also from Baker's Creek, that I will be growing. Well, I have them in the pots. I just started them today, but obviously they haven't started growing yet. But I will be growing these as well. And then I will probably do cosmos. These are the cosmos that I grew last year, and then I took the seeds. I think these are like 2 years old, but I took the seeds and put them back in the package. So I will be doing a couple of cosmos between my pepper plants to attract some pollinators. And last but not least, I tried coneflowers last year, purple coneflowers. I'm not sure what happened. Let me see. Most likely they're mass planting year after year. Oh, okay. So I'm not sure what happened with my coneflowers last year, but they didn't even sprout, I guess. So I will be doing these as well. They are cut flowers in calendulas as well. I just haven't received the packet of seeds yet that I'll be purchasing local, simply because they haven't put out their seeds. So those are the flowers I will be getting started with this Friday. For the month of February, I will be starting my oreganos. I will be starting some basil. In addition to basil, I will probably planting some more cilantro just to have a succession planting of them in my garden. So I guess I should probably show you. So these are Renee's garden, kitchen herbs, slow boat cilantros. These I won't be planting until later in the season, just because when it comes time for the season to really start picking up, which is like the summertime for me, I don't want them to bolt, and I tend to have issues with bolting depending on the season when it comes to cilantro. So I will be doing slow boat succession of them later on in the growing season. I do have some. Let me see if I have it. Pretty sure I have it in here. So these are cilantro from, I believe, Dollar Tree. We all know the packet of cilantro, what these are. I have these starting in the ground now. I will probably do 2 more succession planting of these. And after these, I will go ahead and plant a succession of the slow boat. So I'll probably do about 4 succession of these. These are Italian large leaf basil from Ed Hume Seeds. I do these every year. Last year wasn't so great simply because the slugs ate them, but I have a tunnel, a polytunnel this year, so I will be putting them in the polytunnel once the snapdragons are out of the polytunnel. Thyme I have already put out in the garden. I know it's a little early, but once thyme has time to get heated up in the ground, then it'll be good. All right, and that's all I have for you all. Yeah, you probably seen I have my lights propped up by a book. This is the book, Midnight Sun, one of the Twilight series, the last Twilight book that just came out. Not just came out; it came out many years ago. But it's the latest Twilight book that came out, and yeah, it's one of my favorites. Where did the microphone go? But yeah, thank you all so much for watching my videos. Please comment, like, subscribe. Emphasis on the subscribe. I really want to grow this channel out, and I really can't do it without you all. I know you all are probably like, "Oh, what happened to a video last week?" Life just got a little hectic. I have a full-time job, a part-time job, and then I also go to school as well. So I tend to be a little busy, but I am dedicated to try and squeeze in a YouTube channel. I've always wanted to make a YouTube channel, and I'm happy to be able to have one started. But yes, I promise I will try my best to try and get a video in every week. And then if I don't get a video in every week, then you'll probably just see a lot of shorts. Um, yeah. But anyways, thank you so much for watching. I'm about to edit this video and post it on the same day. Today is the day, 2 days after Valentine's Day. So happy Valentine's Day, y'all, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Honestly, though, I don't know. I don't want to edit this. I gotta edit this video. There's a couple of spots I needed to do. Anyways, thank you all so much. I'm about to get working on this video. As always, see you next week. Well, not really always, because I forgot last week. Bye.